What's up guys, Cheff here, and welcome back to another episode of the Pull List. I have 4 more reviews for you this week, a whole bunch of other books you should pick up this week, and guess what? Another list of 4 trades that were released this week. Surprise, right? Anyway, let's start, shall we?
Reviews.
My first review this week is the very first issue of the long-awaited DC series, Pandora.
Trinity of Sin, Pandora number 1, the prequel to DC's massive crossover event Trinity War, has finally arrived. Written by Ray Fawkes and art by Daniel Sampere, this 22-page issue finally brings us the backstory of the mysterious character Pandora that has been showing up randomly all throughout the New 52. Now, it starts out showing you Pandora many centuries before she opened the box. She then decides to go wandering through the woods, and guess what she finds? The box. Of course, she opens it and unleashes the 7 deadly sins upon the world. After that, it shows her being condemned with the other members of the Trinity of Sin for her quote-unquote crimes towards humanity. The story then leads to her training for centuries, trying to find a way to stop these evils she has unleashed. This series is off to a pretty damn good start. This issue kept me interested, but it also started to lay things out pretty nicely for Trinity War. Ray Fawkes' writing is great as usual. He does a great job showing her origins, but also keeping the reader intrigued. Not only is Fawkes' writing great, but Sampere's artwork is awesome as usual. So, it looks like we're off to a great start with Trinity War, and let's hope it stays that way, because we have a long ride ahead of us. I give Trinity of Sin Pandora number 1 an 8 out of 10.
Next up is the first issue of Deadpool's new miniseries, Deadpool Kills Deadpool.
Well, it's finally happened. Deadpool has completely lost it. Well, even more so than usual. He's recently killed the whole Marvel Universe in the miniseries Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. In another miniseries, Deadpool Killustrated, he killed off all of the literary icons that the characters in the Marvel Universe were based upon. And now, he's out to kill himself in the new miniseries Deadpool Kills Deadpool, written by Cullen Bunn and Salva Espin. This issue starts out with us seeing Headpool being shoved into a microwave by what looks to be Deadpool and Gimp. We are then tossed into the real Marvel Universe as the real Deadpool is saving the day from a group of evil robots. As he's fighting and losing, the Deadpool Corps then shows up to save his ass. They tell him that they urgently need to leave, but about that time, the Gimp suit Deadpool appears and kills one of the Deadpools from an alternate reality. After a short fight, they make their escape and are off to try and stop Deadpool from killing all of reality. Accompanied by Espin's great artwork, Bunn writes Deadpool amazingly well. His humor and storytelling are perfect. I was constantly laughing, but I was also fully immersed into the story. I just know that this series is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how it all ends. I give Deadpool Kills Deadpool, number 1, a 9 out of 10.
My third review this week is of issue number 22 of Detective Comics.
Ever since John Layman took over Detective Comics with issue number 13, it has been one of my favorite Bat books in the New 52. Detective Comics number 22, written by Layman and art by Jason Fabok, just reinforces those feelings even more. At the beginning, we see Batman being shot at by 2 officers as he's standing over the dead bodies of 2 other murdered cops. We find out that Gotham has an all-new cop killer on the loose. It then cuts to Bruce meeting with E.D. Caldwell, CEO and founder of Caldwell Technologies. E.D. wants to buy Wayne Enterprises, and Bruce basically tells him to f*** off. We are then introduced to an all-new armored villain named Scorn, as he is in the process of killing 2 more police officers. After a quick little fight with Batman, Scorn is saved by his boss, Wrath. These 2 are obviously an anti-Batman and Robin duo. Now, this issue is very intense, and it is an awesome start to this new story arc. It introduces us to 2 new villains who I believe are going to give Bruce Wayne a run for his billions. Layman's writing is awesome, and Fabok's artwork is amazing. Seriously, these 2 are really bringing us a phenomenal Detective Comics run. With all things considered, I give Detective Comics issue number 22 a 9 out of 10.
My final review this week is issue number 2 of Marvel's brand new miniseries, Daredevil Dark Knights.
This week, Marvel released the second installment of the 4-issue miniseries Daredevil Dark Knights, written and drawn by Lee Weeks, and it is a good one. This series started off with Matt Murdock himself getting mugged, knocked out, and struck with amnesia, all while the city is being hit by an insane blizzard. To make a long story short, he eventually starts to regain some of his memories in the hospital. He then hears about a girl who needs a heart transplant, but the helicopter carrying her donor heart has crashed and is MIA. Matt quickly decides to go find the helicopter and retrieve the heart despite the horrible weather. In this issue, we see Daredevil as he is making his way through the blizzard and trying to drive himself onward using the girl's life as inspiration. While he's traveling, we see how hard it is for him to choose to help only one person and ignore many others. Lee's writing in this issue is absolutely brilliant. It kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. His artwork is also phenomenal. The fact that he writes and draws this series so well says a lot about him as a creator. I cannot wait for the next 2 issues to be released. With that being said, I give Daredevil Dark Knights number 2 a 10 out of 10, and it is the command issue of the week.
And now, here's this week's list of extra reads. Alright, you know what time it is? No! It's time to get traded.
The first trade this week is Chronicles of Conan, Volume 24, Blood Dawn and Other Stories, by Jim Owsley and art by John Buscema. Trade number 2 this week is New Avengers Volume 1, Everything Dies by Jonathan Hickman and art by Steve Epting. The third trade this week is Green Lantern Corps Volume 2, Alpha War by Peter J. Tomasi and art by Fernando Pasarin. The final trade this week is Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, Revolution by Brian Bendis and art by Chris Butchelo and Fraser Irving.
Well guys, that about wraps it up for episode number 3 of the Pull List. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Anyway, click like, subscribe to our channel for more weekly comic reviews, and you guys take it easy.